Hey everyone, JNN here with a video this evening, and we are going to start a new project. I am really excited about this. We hear content creators a lot of times talk about flipping cards and, gaining equity in cards, building up your collection. How do you do that? It's easy when you have thousands of dollars to just pour into cards, and some people want to go rip boxes and packs, and that stuff is all very fun, but that is not how you go about building a collection. What I want to do is start on a journey tonight with this video and show you from a recent trip to my LCS how I am starting with a very, very small amount of money. If you're watching this and you're into cards at all, you can afford to do this. We're going to start with a very small amount of money, and we're going to see how long it takes us to work our way up to $100. And then we'll probably keep going beyond that, but the initial journey is to start out and see how long it takes us to get up to $100. So, the recent trip to my LCS, I spent $3. Now, if $3 is too much, then maybe reconsider cards, possibly. Unless you're just starting out, then okay, that's really cool. I'm glad you're here. But for $3, I was able to acquire the 3 cards that you can see right now. Now, we're going to start with this middle one here. This is Joe Thomas, a Hall of Fame center for the Cleveland Browns. And for whatever reason, Joe Thomas stuff sells pretty well. Most offensive linemen do not. Joe Thomas does. And this is a card out of 2018 Donruss Elite. And it's really nice. It's called Captain Clutch. And it's a really nice insert set. And this card is in really good condition. So I was able to pick that up. And actually that was really a throw-in with the other 2. Now, this card over here, number 4 for the Packers, Brett Favre, or Favre, for people who don't really care for him. But Brett Favre, this is a Spellbound insert out of Donruss Elite, and I found this in the dollar box. Now, they had 2 Spellbound Brett Favre cards in there, and this is really important, folks. When you are looking through cards and you see, maybe you come to a grouping of cards, look for differences in the cards, because in this day and age, there are so many different parallels and just differences in these cards. Cards may look very similar, but they're not. So out of the 2 Brett Favre Spellbound cards that were there was this one, and there was one that was not numbered. Now this one happens to be numbered 115 of 299. So serial numbered cards are a great way to buy a card fairly cheap and be able to flip that. Now, the way you do that, a lot of dealers and booth, what am I trying to say? People that have booths at card shows, they put all this kind of stuff in their dollar bins all the time. And it's great. I mean, it's easy for them to move it that way. You get people like me that come through and say, hey, I can probably turn that into more than $1. And that's what I'm going to try and do. Now, the last card that I picked up here, this looks like a standard Contenders Draft Auto. You get like one of these per pack, and I would say probably 70% of these guys never achieve what I would call stardom or even really decent players in the NFL. So what you see a lot of times is you see a bunch of these grouped together. Guys get them. They're looking for the top quarterbacks in a draft class, or maybe a running back or a wide receiver, a skill position player. But anything else, they just throw it aside. Now, this card is from 2018 Contenders Draft, and this is a Fred Warner autograph. I found this in the $2 box at my LCS. And for those of you who know Fred Warner, or who don't know who Fred Warner is, he is a linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers, and he's a very good linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. So I did hop on my phone real quick, checked out some quick comps, and decided that for $2, this was a very worthwhile investment. So I'm going to put that down, and we're going to take a real quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to look at some numbers for these 3 cards. I'll be back. All right, we're back from a quick break, and we're going to look at some comps for the cards in question, and also we're going to look at a good site for information on cards. There again, some of this is very beginner level content, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. And then we're going to look at what's available for sale on eBay. Now, I may have mentioned this previously, I don't recall. I did already list the Fred Warner autograph on eBay, so I think that's probably the quickest way for me to sell that. And we'll take a look at comps to kind of go through why I made that decision. So this first site right here is called 130point.com. Easy for me to say. And what we can do on this site is we can look at recently sold eBay items. We can search by card and determine, okay, the cards that we just got, what are they really worth? Now, the Elite Captain Clutch Joe Thomas card, what we're going to find is that there have been no sales on eBay, at least fitting this description, in the last 90 days. Now, what that suggests to me is that this card is not best sold on eBay. I do happen to have sales on Twitter quite often, and so that is where that card will be posted for sale. And just for reference, I'm at JNN Collectors on Twitter, and we'll likely be having a sale starting this next week. So go ahead and follow me over there, and you can probably see some great cards listed for sale. So that is the Joe Thomas card. I want to go take a look at the Brett Favre card, and I did 2 searches on this. The first one was just the Spellbound Brett Favre, and I wanted to raise a point here that when you do something like that with a very general description, you're going to get one like this that's numbered at $2.99, just like ours, and then you're going to see others that are numbered at $99, some that are not numbered at all. There are a lot of retail configurations to this set as well that are not numbered, so I needed to narrow it down just a little bit more. So I did a search by serial number to $2.99, and what I found is that there's one that sold on December 2nd for $4.99, one that sold on November 24th for $1.49. We have a $7 sale on October 9th, $8.99 at September 29th, $10.41, on and on it goes. Now, one thing about these listings do not include shipping. So what you can do is click on the link. Okay, I'm gonna click on that link now. And this one charged $1 for standard shipping. So that's a $5 card. They added $1 for shipping, and so $6 for the buyer there. Now, being that this one was $1.49, so it appears that this buyer probably got a fairly decent deal on this card. And then you go back a little further, and you see some higher sale prices. So this one may also go in the Twitter sale, or it may make its way to eBay. I'm not sure yet, but either way, you can kind of see where that card falls. Now, the Contenders Draft Fred Warner auto, again, that was a $2 card, and what you can see here is on November 30th, there's one that sold for $20, on November 25th for $11.99, the 15th for $8. Wow, this one on October 17th just sold for $1.06. Ouch. So you can see, I mean, then there's a parallel. So we don't want to look at this, but there are several listings of this card that have sold in the $20 range. So that's what I saw when I looked on my phone at the LCS, and really what convinced me to buy the card. Now, going back to that Brett Favre card, I wasn't sure exactly what I had there as far as a parallel, and what I found is that you can kind of see there the Spellbound set, 40 cards, serial number to $2.99. And then the parallels are green, pink, red, purple, orange, blue, gold, and black. Now, a lot of what you see are the green and the pink. And that other card that was at my LCS, it was probably one of those. And those are from retail configurations. So, I have a base set, Brett Favre, that is numbered to $2.99. And so this site right here is called Cardboard Connection. And any information you want on sets, checklists, serial numbers, anything like that, you've got a card that's numbered to 15 or something, you can go to this website, search the set, and figure out exactly what insert, what parallel you have, and it's really helpful that way. So again, that's cardboardconnection.com. Now, the last thing I want to do is roll through eBay. Now, we just looked at sold listings. Now what I want to do is look and see, okay, if someone wants to buy this card, how much how much are other sellers trying to sell this for? And what I'm seeing here on the Joe Thomas, there's one $3 plus $1 shipping. There's $1.20 plus $3.75 shipping, and those are the only two of this card that seem to be available. So, somewhere between $4 and $5 with shipping for this card, which tells me I'm probably better suited to try and sell this on Twitter, because by the time I get done paying for shipping and eBay fees, any potential profit there is gone. So, the Spellbound Brett Favre, and I did search price plus shipping, lowest to highest, and again, I'm just trying to see what this is listed for right now. 13 with free shipping, $15.99 free shipping. This one is in Canada. It's about $18 shipped. So you can see it starts at 13. Now, if we go back real quick to 130point.com and we look at the sold listings, we got $5, $1.49, $7, $8.99, $10.41. You can really see a clear disconnect between what sellers want to sell this card for and what people are actually willing to pay for it. A lot of times, one mistake I've seen people make is they'll look at this and they'll say, okay, I can easily sell this for $12 because the lowest offer, or the lowest one for sale, is at 13. So if I list mine for 12, it'll sell. No, it may sell. I would suggest it probably will not at that price. Now, if you're paying $1 for the card, okay, you can afford to sell it for $5 or $6. If you see it for $8, $9, $10, it's no longer a good value, because everything that you would make is going to be eaten up in fees and shipping. So that is the Brett Favre card. Now, the Fred Warner card. This is my listing right here. $19.99, free shipping, and I'm the lowest one by about $10 here. You can see a few others for sale, but I was able to buy mine at such a price that I can afford to be the cheapest one on eBay, very consistent with some recent comps, and I did set this to accept offers. So there is a minimum that people can offer and even have it considered, but I have a lot of room on this card. So, I was really excited about this one card especially because I think there's a lot of room here. Now, I said in the beginning of the video that I wanted to explain, how you go about doing this. Well, it does take knowledge about sports. Okay, you have to have cards of players that people want. Now, Fred Warner, I want to say he was like a 4th round draft pick, but he has really emerged as, I would say, somewhat of an elite middle linebacker for the 49ers, and that has served his card prices very well. So those are the kinds of players that, sometimes your LCS, when they're going through a huge collection, they're not looking for Fred Warner. Okay, they're looking out of the set. They're looking for Lamar Jackson. They're looking for Josh Allen. They're looking for the big rookies, Saquon Barkley out of this class. Guys that they can, they can put in their showcases for $100. And then all this other stuff is gravy to them. So they'll put it in a $2 bin. So look for this kind of stuff. Autographs of players that are, maybe really good for their team. And that's a really good way of doing it. Now, the Brett Favre, numbered out of 299. What that is, that's a simple case of an NFL legend, okay, Hall of Fame quarterback, and Green Bay Packers, so a franchise with a large fan base, and this is a numbered card. And I got into it very cheap, so $1 for a numbered Hall of Fame Green Bay Packers quarterback. And most people still remember him, right? You don't want to get to the point where you're buying cards of guys that are so old. Yeah, they might be Hall of Famers. Maybe they were great in their day, but 95% of collectors have no idea who they are. So that's just maybe something to avoid. If you have not heard of the player yourself, it might not be a bad idea to just stay away from it, okay? Now the Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas is a center, or was a center, for the Cleveland Browns. Very popular player. Not a ton of cool insert cards. I mean, Joe Thomas had a lot of base cards, comparatively speaking, for an offensive lineman. But, most teams, when they're, voting for captains or whatever, they're not looking for their center. But Joe Thomas, drafted in 2007 out of the University of Wisconsin. Another thing very easy for me to say. Number 2 overall, behind Jamarcus Russell. Sorry, Raiders fans. He was like a foundation for that team. Now, the Browns, they've stunk forever, but Joe Thomas is well respected in NFL circles, and everyone knows that Joe Thomas was a great football player. So, those are the types of things you can look for to do this yourself, to get started. And again, this project started with $3. So for $3, I got 3 cards, and I even created a little spreadsheet here because I'm really a numbers nerd. And here's how we're going to track it, okay? So the acquisition price is the cash going out. And so we've got 3 cards there. I put a nickel on the Joe Thomas because basically it was a throw-in, but I did want to assign some value to it. Took that off the Favre for $1. So, and then the Fred Warner for $2. Now, when I say sale price, and I'll explain this when we get to that point, the sale price will be after shipping, after fees, what I walk away with from the sale of that card. That way you have an exact idea. Matter of fact, what I might do is insert another 2 columns so I can establish shipping cost, and so I can record any fees as well there. So we'll take a look at this further. Hopefully next week. It'll be whenever I have an update with these cards. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, wouldn't mind clicking that thumbs up button. That would be awesome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And hopefully we'll have some more updates on this real quick. And hopefully you can start your journey to this one, my $3 into 100. Thanks, everyone. Have a great evening. And because I hate Michigan so much, go Iowa.